Students, today's class is on composting and vermicomposting. I think you all very well know that what is composting. It is nothing but the biological conversion of organic wastes into amorphous, dark brown or black colloidal humus. As I discussed in the previous lecture, a complete municipal solid waste composting operation includes or comprises of sorting and separating, shredding and pulverizing, digestion, upgrading, and finally marketing. In composting process also, it has three phases. The first one is mesophilic phase, second one is thermophilic, and finally the maturation phase. Mesophilic phase will happens maybe for a couple of days, and the thermophilic will last for few days to few months, and finally the cooling and maturation phase have several months. And next we'll see the factors affecting composting process. There are many factors which affects the composting, that are type and decomposition or composition of organic wastes, or nature of decomposition of organic wastes, and also the rate of decomposition of an organic waste, also the main factor that will affect the composting. And aeration, moisture content, temperature, pH and time will mainly affects the composting process or influencing the composting process. And coming to the benefits of or advantages of composting, it reduces the bulkage of wastes or a huge amount of wastes into minimum, and also it increases the waste physical characteristics, and also and moreover it reduces the land filling by surface application of wastes, and also it reduces the pathogens and weed seeds in the waste materials. And adverse effect of usage of immature compost means, by using of immature or non-decomposed organic wastes will leads to severe phytotoxicity that will impair or that will affect the crop growth and the yield. And also it gives the problems like foul odor, fire, pollution, nuisance, insects, bursting of composting bags due to release of higher amount of um, gases mainly due to the composting. And next thing is co-composting. As we discussed in the previous lecture, it is nothing but the utilization of two different types of organic wastes for composting. That is, the municipal solid waste is combined with the sewage sludge for composting process. And then vermicomposting, this also you have studied in many courses, that is the usage of earthworms for decomposition of organic wastes. This also have three objectives. It helps to upgrade the value of organic wastes, and second one is to produce the upgraded material, and finally helps to obtain the final product that is free from chemical and biological pollutants. And coming to the characteristics and types of earthworms, the characteristics of earthworms includes, it has an ability or capability of inhibiting the percentage of organic material, and also it because of its very small period of hatching to maturity, it will take higher amount, or consumption rate also increased, because it can able to feed 3 to 5 times of its body weight of organic wastes, and also it has higher amount of digestion and assimilation rates. And coming to the type of earthworms, there are three categories, uh, that is epigenic, endogenic and anisics. Epigenic means surface living worms, endogenic means subsurface worms, anisics or vertical burrowing species. And next we'll see the phases in vermicomposting. That is, there are totally 5 phases. They are: in first phase the wastes are collected and shredding and separation is done, then the pre-digestion is done in phase 2, and then the preparation of earthworm bed in phase 3. Then in phase 4, the earthworms will be collected after harvesting of vermicompost, and then finally in phase 5, the strong the vermicompost in proper phase or stored in the vermicompost in a particular place to maintain the moisture content and also to maintain the beneficially microorganisms to grow. And next one is benefits of vermicomposting. It has very high amount of nutritional value when compared to other manures or biocomposting compost, and it has higher amount of beneficial organisms, that is microorganisms like acetobacter, azospirillum, phosphobacteria, and due to its higher amount of beneficial organism, it can contribute their benefits to vermicompost, and also it increases the soil characteristics or soil fertility status, and also it have higher amount of growth promoting substance like indole acetic acid, gibberellic acid, that increases the crop growth, and also it reduces the toxins and other pollutants which is present in the organic waste materials. Thank you.